Hi everyone, I'm just checking to make sure that showing up here. Oh, perfect. Okay. Okay. Hmm. Okay, thanks everyone for stopping by. Sorry about that delay. I was having issues with going live. Okay, so today, instead of making a card, I thought I'd show how to make a junk journal. I've made a few of these now. My friends have asked how I do it. And I just thought this would be a fun thing to do and to share and yeah, I think I do it a simplified form of it. Like I don't start by making my own cover. I start with a book. And yeah, so before I get too far into this, thank you for stopping by. If you're on YouTube right now, and if you like this video at some point, make sure you hit the little like button. And if you really like it, if you want to follow this series, go ahead and subscribe. Just yeah, just ask them for you. Or if this is past the live, then go ahead and send me a message or leave a little note in the comments, and I'll get back to you. So here we go. Okay, yep, I see the video now. And yeah, let's start from the beginning. For people that are new to junk journals, it's basically you're um, using items that might otherwise might be to the trash or to the recycling bin. And what I like to do is I like to take a book, for example. This was that I found at a flea market. It was the Glory Grease. I think I bought it for 50 cents. I really liked the cover, and I knew I had papers that matched it. So I went ahead and altered it, and I made this book using new papers from 49 Market. And then on the inside, like I took papers that otherwise would have been thrown away, or doilies, or envelopes, or library cards, or whatever. This was an old typing book, and I go ahead and I put it into a book. I make my own signatures. These are called signatures, each of these little sections here. And I bound them into the book, and this is now going to be a little junk journal for me. This will be something that I will tuck little notes into, or add, tickets to from like excursions, even though we don't really use paper tickets too much anymore, but sometimes we do, or to put cards in, or just like right here, I might put down notes, just like today I had a great day with my husband or my friend, or whatever. This will be a memory keeper for me. And I love that it's pretty, and I love I'm using stuff that would have otherwise been thrown away. So this is what I plan to do with theories. I want to alter a book and do the same thing that I did with this to this book. So what I will need today is, because it does take time to do this book, what I'll need today is I'll need a book, which I picked this up at a secondhand store, I think it was, for a quarter or 50 cents. It's a little beaten up, but that's okay. It's a junk journal. Um, I'm going to use this surface here. It's non-stick. This is actually from, I think, the dollar store. It's a cutting mat, and it's perfect for doing the activities today on it. I'm going to use an X-Acto knife. You can need something to flatten a surface. Again, this was from a dollar store. You might want to use this to flatten a surface. If you have a bone folder, you can use that too. If you don't have either of these, a nice plastic ruler might be able to work if you press really hard on it to flatten down your papers. You can need a paintbrush. I like to use a wider brush because we're going to glue down paper and coat the paper. We're going to add a finish to it to protect the outside of the book. I picked up this at a secondhand store. I have this color and sepia, and then there's another one, I can't remember what it's called, but it's a little bit lighter than this. This will be my first time using this one. If you don't have this, then you can go to I think it's Michael, and sometimes the dollar store has it's called Mod Podge. It's yeah, I heard a lot of people use that, and that's quite nice. um what else are you going to need today? I think that's pretty good for today. Oh, you're going to need paper to put on top of this. So this is going to sound crazy, but I've had this beautiful paper since 2018. It's Prima Marketing. It's Georgia Blues, and I just fell in love with it. Just look at all those beautiful flowers and roses and stuff. It's so pretty. And I told myself when I bought this, I bought a lot of pieces to this collection, that when I learned how to do a journal properly, I would use this. So I've had this since 2018. It took a while to get brave enough to use this. And now I'm just like, I think it's time to use this pretty paper. And I found this cover and it looks really good with that. Just like, this is perfect. So I'm going to pick papers from this to put on the outside, the front, the back, on the inside here. Look at that blue. It already looks good. And then I'm also going to use this as part of my signatures to like form like a folder on the outside of my signatures. So yeah, so let's go ahead and start with this. Oh, you know what else you're going to need? I would suggest baby wipes to wipe off your hands and to wipe off the surfaces, and also an old shirt or rag or something like that to wipe your hands off with, because this might get a little messy. Okay, so first, so with this guy here, you can see the little spine. And I don't know if you can see, so some of them, they don't have the gap already in it. Like they might be really close in there. So either way, what I like to do is I like to break the spine. So basically I take the paper here, and I don't know if you can hear that. I'm breaking that. So I just broke it there, like you hear the crack. Doing the same over here. Oh, that was a good crack. Okay, I'm going to do the other side too. Breaking that spine. Oh yeah, that one's really on there. And when you get to this point, you could stick your finger in there. You can, oops, just lost something. Oh yeah, you can hear the rest of the adhesive break. So that's nice and loose now. Oh yeah, that's a good break. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little bit more breaking required right there. I think it's in the middle. There we go. So I'm going to take my X-Acto knife. I'm just going to cut this. So I have to do this standing up. Standing up. So you see, I just broke that off. It's a nice clean cut. Now I will do this on the other side. Oh, yeah, a little bit more broke off there. That's nice. Oops. Okay, easy peasy. Now it doesn't matter that was kind of cut weird there. As you can see, I might have cut a little bit too short, but that's okay because we're going to cover this with paper anyway. So yeah, so when you do that, you don't have to make your own spine and outside cover. That is really nice there. You might cut that off just a little bit. little bit more even. There we go. Okay, easy peasy. I just had something fall on me. Just 1 second. Okay, so so now's the fun part. You get to pick papers for the outside. So now it doesn't have to be papers along the spine here. Like you could use fabric along this. For example, on this one, I added fabric tape right here, and it looks really nice. You could keep the spine the way you like it if you already like that. Like I like the glory that was grease because it's red and it had gold, and it really looked awesome with this. And so I kept that as is, but I could have done the whole thing with fabric there. I think what I might do this time is make it a little bit different. I've made them with paper before, and I think I'm going to do that again this time. So let me just move some of this stuff out of the way. Okay, so papers. This guy, he measures on the cover. It's about 6 by 9.5. So depending on what you want, like if you want to have like a large frame around it, you could use the 9 or 8 by 8 paper, but I'm going to stick with my 12 by 12 just because I don't want to have a large band. So I really liked that roses sheet that I had opened. Yeah, like that would look really pretty on the front. Ooh, that's pretty too. So I wonder if it should be this. That might be better on the inside, actually. Oh yeah, that would look really nice on the inside. Okay, so I'm going to save that for the inside. I'll put this on the outside. Okay, so this was, what did I say? It was 6 by 9.5. I need to write this stuff down or I'll forget. You know the old saying, measure once, curse twice. So it's 6 by, yeah, it's 9.5. Okay, so if I did 5.5 by 9, that would leave a 1/4 inch gap. No, 9.25. That would leave a 1/4 inch gap all around, which I think would be nice. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this. Ooh, I guess the question is, what side am I going to use? Like, I really like that in the center. If I do it here, I'm not going to get that pretty flower. That's just going to be cut off. It's in the middle. So if I'm going 5.5 by, yes, if I do 5.5, 12 minus 5.5 is 6.5. So if I divide that by 2, that's 3.25. So if I go 3.25 on either end, it might work. Just look at that flower. Now I'll show you what I mean. So if I go 3.25 here, and then 3.25. So no, I want it 5.5, so I can just go ahead and cut it to 5.5. So I got my flower right in the center. Perfect. Okay, so now I'm going to do 9.25, and this is 12. So 12 minus 9.25 is, so that would be 2.75, and this is 12. 2.75. Where's my thought on that? So I take 2.75 off of each side. Nope. 1 3/8 off of each side. Seems really small, but let's see how good my math is first thing in the morning. Good. Doesn't that look pretty already? It's gorgeous. Yeah, so I only did that math because, again, I wanted that flower in the middle. Pretty, pretty, pretty. Okay, so now I got to pick something for the back. I could use the same paper on the back, or I could use something different. Put these scraps over here. If I used a different one, what would that be? Oh, that one's fun. That might be a good strip down the middle, actually. That one's not really for that. Oh, that might be pretty just on the back. Let's see, what else do we have here? That one's nice. Ooh, that one's really nice. But I think I'd rather have that as a signature cover. So, really like that bird right there. But that could also be, so if that goes, it might be getting that, so it's 5.5. Yeah, I think I'm gonna use that bird. I like that bird. So I'm really sorry. I thought I'd be able to see comments, but I don't see. I can't see comments right now. Yeah, that would look pretty. So this one's going to be easier. And 5.5. 5.5 by 9.25. Oh no. How did I mess that up? 9.25. I bet I did 8.25. Oh darn. That's fantastic. Remember what I said about measure once, curve twice? Maybe I'll just put this on the back. I don't know if I really like that bike so much. Yeah, I'll just put that on the back. That's fantastic. So this will be pretty on the inside somewhere. Let's do this again. I'm just going to go ahead and mark this. So I need to go 9.25. I just want to make sure that I don't screw this up twice. Oh, Hopefully my head's not in the way. 9 1/4 right there. Why is it I can do the tough side easy with the math, but I can't do a simple one easy. Let's see, so then this needs to be 5 and... Oh yeah, I think that's supposed to be 9. Yeah, it's supposed to be 9. I was looking at the actual measurement instead of the... Oh, that's because I was looking at that as 8. That's 9 right there. Nine out by 5 1/2. Use a smaller one by this. That doesn't fit on there. Okay. See, I like that part there, so I think I'll just cut. I'll make sure I want that 5 1/2. I do. Okay, so 5 1/2. Okay. Yeah, that looks really, really pretty back there. I'm glad I did that on purpose. Right. Okay, so got that, got that. I don't think I want to keep that like that just because I don't like that title very much. But I do remember seeing those strips in here. Those strips were really cool. Let's see, how wide are those strips? Strips are 1 3/4. Ooh, that might be a good size for that. Look how close that is. I can't believe I'm finally using these papers. This is great. Okay, so I don't want the roses. The music, no. Like that. Now let me just cut this, see which one I like the best. There we go. So I like these down here. Like that one. Yeah, the wood's kind of cool. That's different for an edge there. I'm totally crooked. Let's see. Yeah, I was a little crooked on that, but it's okay. Let's see. So this is how that would look. Oh, that's pretty. I like that. I like those flowers. Hey, there's no gold on the back side here. That's okay. think it depends too on what else I'm going to put on the spine. Like that's, oh no, that one's nice too. I think, yeah, I don't know if I like that there. Goes down to this, which that's pretty. It'd be nice to have like a label there, text there that went this way. Yeah, I think that might be too much now that I look at it. What about this one? See, and this would look nice with the blue on there too. Okay, I think I'm gonna go with this one. I like that one the best. That's pretty. Yeah, that's really nice. Okay. I can't get over how many pieces of scrap I have already, but that's okay because we're going to use a lot of scrap inside the book. Again, I want to catch those flowers, so yep. Okay, it's 9, Kathy. 9, not 8. I'm just gonna trim this a little bit. Let's see. 9 is here. Yeah, that's nice. That is really, really nice. Okay, so I'm ready to almost start putting this on. So I have some choices at this point. I can leave it like this, and I could use Mod Podge, which I do have. It's just regular clear. The one I have is, I think it's mirror glaze, so it'd be really super shiny. I have this one here. This one is a satin finish, so it's going to be more like this book, where it's not shiny, which I do like this. And then also what I could do is, another choice I have is, I could apply ink along the edges just to give it more of a vintage look. I wonder if I did that here too. Yeah, I did that here too. I just put a little bit of, what was that? I think I put vintage photo along there to make it look a little older. And so I could do that. I don't know how vintage photo looks with this. I did run this on a piece of white before this started. It only takes about 10 to 15 minutes to dry, which is nice. And look how that matches there. Like it's a pretty good finish. Yep. Like I could do a thin layer of this. Like the more layers you put on, the darker it's going to get. I don't want it too dark. So what I might do is I might go ahead, put this on. First side here, the back onto here. And then after that dries, which is about, like I said, 10 or 15 minutes, then put this layer on top. And then I usually wait about 24 hours. And then I'll put another layer on top of that. And then maybe I'll put a clear Podge matte on it. I'll have to go by that, I guess. So I guess it's, do I add some of antiquing around there? And I think I might. I think I'm going to use, wonder, walnut stain would be too dark. Did have tea dye. Antique linen would be, well, antique linen might work. Let me see how dark that is. I don't want it too dark because these papers are light. Just go like this. Yeah, you won't even see that. Vintage photo. Yeah, that might be just what I need. It's just a little bit of vintage photo around the edge. So, I'm just going to take these off and do some vintage photo along the edges. You don't have to do this, like I said. I just want to do it to give it more of a vintage look. And some of this will fade just a little bit because once you put the sealant on it, it will water it down a little bit. It will spread this too, actually. I just want to put a little bit on. And you know what? I might put some on the actual book cover itself. Since it is ivory. Pretty, pretty, pretty. Okay, so now I'm just going to go just on the edges, just a little bit. There's nothing pretty about this. I'm just adding just the vintage to it. Just to make it look a little bit more aged. I have some books that are older, like the red one that I used, that I just showed you on my other junk journal. Like that one was old. That one's from the earlier part of the last century, that's for sure. The pages in it were very cool. There were no photos in it. Everything was hand-drawn. Yeah, that looks good. I'll just set this aside because we'll probably use that on the inside of our book. Oh yeah, I like that. That looks nice. It's gonna go there and right there. So here comes the fun and messy part. We are going to tear these down, and like I said, I'm going to use this. You could also use a liquid adhesive, but what I like about this is that I'm using a brush. I'm getting over the entire back of this because the key is you don't want any bubbles. So you want to make sure that this entire back is covered in this. Because if you don't, when you go to the next step especially, those bubbles will be very prominent. Oops, it's very sticky. One thing I always forget are the edges. I'm just going to go over those one more time. Yeah, that's pretty good. So I'm going to quickly put this on the back here and make sure you remember which side is where. And this is where your little thing comes in handy. You're going to want to make sure all those little bubbles are out. Okay, so I'm going to grab a baby wipe. Because what I don't want is the inside of my book sticking to my mat. So when I was pressing this down, I noticed that it wasn't sticking there very well. So I'm just going to take a smaller brush. I'm going to take one I don't really use. This is this one. I'm just going to kind of lift it up and stick that in there. There we go. Side sides up a little bit more maybe. Yeah, I'm just going to go in there with that. Because again, you don't want to have any lifted up areas, because when you go to put your next coat on, it will blow up. Okay, I'll put that there. So next I'll do this one. Set this aside. And if you just heard the thud, that's my dog. He's waiting outside the door trying to figure out why he's not invited inside the craft room right now. He and the kitties are not allowed in here during video time. Because all you would see are kitty paws trying to reach in to help out. Okay, so this one goes down the center. This one's going to be a little bit trickier because number one, this is fabric, and number two, the spine is a little irregular. So what I think I might do is actually press it from the inside just to apply some even pressure to it. I guess I could go the right way with this thing. There we go. Oh, that looks good. Okay, so next is this side. I'm gonna move this over again. Okay. Oh, we're doing well with time, I think. So what I'd like to get accomplished today is the putting just the basic panels on, and then see if I can get the inside panel in. Well, the inside too, I guess. And oops. So if we can get that done, that's pretty good. It's not a quick process, but the results are nice. Okay. Make sure the right side's up. might have waited too long to get this on there. This stuff dries really quick. Yep. Yep, that side might be drying already. Okay. Let's see if I can get that going. Yep. Yeah, I don't know how quickly Mod Podge dries, but this stuff here, it's from Plaid. It looks definitely older. Oh yeah, and that dries really quick. Okay. Yeah, if you don't get it to your book quickly, then it will not dry well. Yeah, especially in the fabric. So I got a little bit on the spine already, but that's okay. Oops. Get some there. Okay, so we have the outside done. That's nice. Yep, so again, let's take 5 to 10 minutes to dry. So, do we have time to do this here? We've got 15 minutes. We can do that. Okay, so I want to use that pretty small patterned paper on the inside. Now, I'm using paper that's new because this was in my stash, and well, I mean, it was new paper when I bought it, but it's been in my stash for a while. And but you can use anything on your covers. You could use old wrapping paper. You could use magazine. Sometimes old magazines, they have really good advertisements in it. You could put that on the front. You could put old music paper on the front. You could put so many things on the front of your cover. You could piece it together like a well, you can just piece a whole bunch of pieces together on there, like from the inside of a book or whatever. You can do whatever you want on the outside of your cover. I just wanted to use this paper because it hasn't been used and I really like it. So yeah, that looks just awesome. Look at that. I think I'm going to do the same on either side, actually. Yeah, I'm going to. Okay, so that means it'll be the same as the outside before. So I'm writing this down here so I don't mess it up again. I'm cutting it to 5.5 by 9. Am I doing that? Yes, I am. I'm going to do that. Or, yeah, no, I'm doing that. Okay. So I'm going to 9, not 8. Let's keep this out. 5.5. So if you're liking what you see so far, then yeah, don't forget to hit the little like button. And if you want to continue on this series, then don't forget to subscribe. I don't know if I'll do this every Sunday. I might pop in and do a quick one on a Thursday during the week. So yeah, if you want to follow along, then you might want to subscribe to make sure you see that. My flowers upside down. Can't tell. Which side's up here? Side's up. Gosh, it's so pretty. Yeah, that's nice. Just warms the heart. Okay, so I'm going to do the same as I did before. I'm just going to do this. So I don't know if I'm going to, yeah, I'm not going to put the glue on this, on the inside. I'm just going to go with it, with the glue is the top seal, I mean. Because I think it's just fine on the cover. Goes that way. And this way. Okay, so I am going to use the seal to put this down, but I'm not going to top seal it. So that's pretty good. Okay, should close that. So on this side, you don't have to use this seal, but well, I have it, it's out, and so I don't have to tape it. Should really close that. What I like about this kind I'm using right now is you guys can see where I'm putting all the glue at. So that's kind of nice. It will dry lighter than what you see. It's kind of cool. It's like kind of looks like an remember those pantyhose? I don't know if people still them, but I remember the pantyhose. My mom used to wear them, and yeah, they were always a little bit darker than her skin, just to make her legs look darker. It's kind of funny. So it's kind of like that. It's like clear. You can still see underneath it, but it's just a little bit darker than what's under it. Pretty good. I'll do this side. Feels weird covering up this beautiful paper on this side, but luckily they have plenty of the sheet in there. Okay, right side up is. I don't mean to do this off camera, but or off to the side. I just find it's drying quickly. A little offset, but that's okay. Okay, so I'm going to close that up. That's the inside now. Just going to wrap my brush in here. Okay, so that's drying inverted, which I don't want. I just popped that out of place a little bit, so I'm going to have to add more along there, which I will do after this video is done, because we're getting close to the end. So yeah, so this will be the end of the first part, but I will say what we're going to do in the next part, and that's going to be collecting items for our signatures. And so I've already put some aside for this. Now, your signatures, like on this, like I could just use like regular copier paper in there or whatever, but I'm grabbing papers from my stash, things that aren't being used, things I've tie-dyed or tea-dyed. For example, I have this grid paper here. I tea-dyed that. That will go in here. I've got some music paper. I'll put that in there. I've got doilies. I've got large doilies. I've got small doilies. I picked up a little thing of doilies from a secondhand store for, I think it was 25 cents or 50 cents. I've got postcards that I picked this up at a flea market. I picked up several of them, and like these will go into my junk journal, or I'm going to try to incorporate them. I have this little bag. That's kind of cool. Save that. Look at these old postcards here. Birthday greeting, rose. I don't know if that's going to go with the blue, but it's still pretty. This one I want to put in there. So gorgeous. I just look at these. I love that. I've got some index cards. Tie-dyed or tea-dyed them. These are envelopes that came in the mail. So I'm going to try to incorporate these in there. What else do I have? I had a really old book that I bought for $1, and it was in horrible shape, but some of the images are just so pretty. Look at that. Gorgeous. So I'm probably going to cut some of these out and put them in there. More envelopes. My friends know now when they give me envelopes with cards, they only put like their name on it or my name, and then they don't seal it. Oh, I've got let me call it library cards. I'll put that in there. I don't know why I put that aside for here, because that doesn't really go with it. This one, I'm not sure if I'm going to incorporate this in. It might be too harsh, but this is just another example. This isn't, this is for analog reading. I don't know, whatever instrument that it goes on. It could be temperature or whatever. We had these at work, and they were going to toss them. Like, I'll take them. I've got old playing cards. Probably use those. Got this interdepartment mailer that we used to use these at work, and we have a whole stack of them that we don't, that they were going to be tossed. So anyway, I made a list of things that you might want to look at. Again, doilies, library cards, stamps, like postage stamps. You could use those. 49 and Market, they have cute little postage stamps in a roll. Those are nice. Envelopes, postcards. Oh yeah, tags. I went to secondhand store again. Oh yeah, there it is. 50 cents for those. Aren't those cute? Got more of the library cards. And I picked up all these tags for, I don't know, $1. I have quite the stack of them. So tags, like I said earlier, you could use wallpaper, you can use wrapping paper. So next week, or the next part of this series, what we'll do is we'll start gathering stuff for our signatures. and we will start to make those, and I'll show you how to sew them into your book. So yeah, so I really hope what you've liked, what you've seen so far. Again, if you like this, hit the little like button. If you want to keep following this series, go ahead and hit the subscribe. I'm also doing cards. So like last Thursday I did a card, and last Sunday I did a card. So I'll probably do this. Yeah, I think I'll keep this on Sundays, and then I'll kind of like pepper in some cards maybe during the week. And yeah, thank you so much for stopping by. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. Send me a message or leave a little comment to this video, or comment on Facebook, and I will get back to you. So thanks again. I hope you have a happy crafty day. Bye. Oops. Sorry.